I'm Celeste, the oldest sister,
And I'm Tanisha, the middle sister.
And I'm Olivia Angela, aka Lee, the youngest sister.
and we are sisters on the
On
side.
the sideline.
Oh, my bad. I forgot to say it.
Here
You
you
were
are
just
up in here
talking
trying
about
to remix and stuff.
AKA.
We're not ready to ask you your street name, okay?
Giving government and street. Jesus.
Whoopsie. Anywho, okay.
Thought we had a flow. And here she go. So, weekly recap. Since we're coming back fresh off a Thanksgiving break, it's been a little slow. So we'll recap. Nothing happened this week. What is today? Sunday? Alonzo had a basketball game that he won. He was very he was happy with his playing time coming off the bench. But as we come to find out, some people were not. But weekly recap, Dalen. Football season is over. We are now officially going into baseball. And apparently he's been invited to play at the All-Star game. Him and two other teammates from Fern Creek will be playing in the All-Star game. Practice starts tomorrow. And then we go from there.
All right. Next up, Tanisha, what's your weekly recap?
So, my week, it's kind of slow at the beginning. Oh, actually, yeah, it's kind of slow at the beginning. Then Wednesday, we had the 2025 Lobos, Hikes Point Lobos banquet. You see my beautiful gems with their awards. That was an eventful, I ain't gonna say eventful, that was a fun night. And then the very next night, I attended the U of L and South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball game. Sister Desiree had me in groupie mode, but it was worth it. Paid off. And then last night, Friday night, drove down I didn't drive, Lexington with the hubby to see the Monster Crew perform. It was really good. So I had banquets, basketball, and music.
Nice. Not too busy of a week. Still competing basketball and band. So we had a basketball game and jazz band rehearsal, and the rehearsal conflicted with a impromptu mandatory practice. And now the band instructor is going to have a conversation with the basketball coach because there have been ultimatums given to my son about choosing and being kicked off the team if he does not show. So his band instructor, which I love, is going to advocate for him. We're going to see where it goes from there. But
Miss
other than that,
Police.
other than that, it was a pretty slow week. So now we've had our weekly recap. Celeste, you talked about Alonzo coming off the bench and enjoying being happy with his performance. What was the tea behind the who is not happy?
I mean, he was happy with his performance coming off the bench. He came in and
He cooked.
he could. The coach told him he couldn't have done. They wouldn't have been able to do nothing without you. So he was on a high
That's what I was saying. If you want to win, put Alonzo in.
until they went to practice, and then he was told he did not show enough during that game to start.
And these are the same coaches?
Our sons have the same coaches.
No, I'm saying the same.
Oh yeah. I told him not to worry about it. Just do what you do. I said you a sixth grader. He said they are too. Keep doing what you're doing, or you know what? We can quit. We can quit right now. You just say the word. He was like, I didn't want to do that. Well, shut up. Stop talking about it. because it's gonna be like that sometimes.
I'm gonna keep the majority of my opinions, but the coaching experience is a little contradictory at times, and I'm just sitting back, just waiting for the season to be over.
Well, you on the way out. Like I'm 1 foot in the door.
That's true.
So I be trying. I be like I told him, it's gonna be like that sometimes. And my example, Tanisha, was Cam, because because Alonzo feels like the football players are getting penalized.
Hmm.
And Tanisha, Cam for Fern Creek, he played football, and I could never understand why that boy didn't start.
Oh, very true.
But he would come off the bench and give you in all the clutch games, it was because of him.
Mm-hmm.
But he played football, they try out late, and that might not have been it at all. But I was like, okay, maybe once they get into the groove of things, he'll start.
Mm-hmm.
But when somebody was pulling them out of them games, the last minute, it was him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look, that they did the same thing to Cam. They didn't stop him. He just came off the bench and did what he had to do.
Look, this auntie is a testimony, but no, not to not starting, but
Because I don't know
every
nothing about it.
year I had to fight for my position. It was like I didn't prove nothing the previous year. When y'all thought somebody else was gonna come in and start over me. And then the next year, it was like we had so many transfers come in. And every single time my position was in question. It was like, you didn't do nothing last year. Get out there and prove yourself again. And every year to the bone. I mean, I was starting. It might have not been like the center, but I was a starter. Because you wasn't gonna do it without T-Bone.
So back in the 2000s is what we're referring to.
Really?
Yep. Them
What's the
purple
99?
days.
No, don't put that 99 on me.
Because, I put it on myself because I had my shirt on the other day. And Alonzo was like, let me read that 14th audition. He's like, so you played. You played. I said, I played enough to get my name put on the back of a shirt.
Hey, something about
So,
credits. Put me in the credits. That's all I care about.
I was there. I was part of the practice squad. I didn't start. I didn't need to start. He's like, so did you play a lot? Man, I probably played 30 seconds of 5 games. That's all I needed.
And that qualifies for a letter.
And then after that, I quit.
Yeah.
But, I keep, and I also have to give him a soft reminder, which is probably not soft. You didn't go to know for athletics. That's not why you went to that school.
Period.
So don't let that change how you feel all of a sudden. That's not the reason why you're there. You just happen to be on the basketball team.
They have a very eclectic opportunities for students. So
That ain't why you went to that school no way. So don't sweat it.
there it is.
Yeah.
And transitioning to Jalen, how does he feel? How are you feeling about the All-Star game? The All-Star half experience with Darius. So how does that compare?
So I'm sitting here Friday and I get a text message and it's like, I might be playing in the All-Star game. I was like, who told you that? What makes you think that? You just got a feeling?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, Coach Nichols talked to me. He said it's about a 50-50 chance. I said, oh, 50-50, you playing. And then I didn't hear nothing else. And then his daddy was like, so what you think about Dalen playing in the All-Star game? I know he didn't tell you before he told me.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
What you mean? How I feel? So he's playing? Oh, my bad. He texted me and Davion. And we was, because Dalen used some acronym, PTSO. I was like, maybe he meant PTSD, because don't nothing else make no sense to me. I said, but I'll have to know the context of how he used that to tell you what it means. And he said, oh, when he told us he made the All-Star team, Davion said, congratulations. And Dalen said, PTSO. And I'm like, PTSO?
These children and these acronyms. Can we just talk about sentences?
And it don't even make sense. I'm gonna put that on. I stopped it. I stopped it, girl. And I'm like, that don't even make sense. But hey, I don't speak that language.
I don't either. I gave up. I'm
Uh,
still trying to learn English. Like what?
Oh my Jesus.
Girl, they still trying to learn English too and create all this extra stuff. Don't nobody know what they're talking about.
What are you talking about?
That's how I found out that they made the All-Star team. And then when I asked him, I was like, well, when do you practice? Where's the game gonna be at? What time? Oh no.
And I hate that as a response. Like, I would rather you say, you know what, let me look into it. Because
Yes.
I don't know, leaves it as me to find out, and you're not going to do nothing.
And then I go into overload.
Yes.
If you have practice on Monday and your brother's got a game on Monday and you might be here, you might be at Wagner, how am I going to get from downtown all the way back here to get you there? Or is your daddy going to be able to do it? I don't know because you don't know.
You immediately go into solutionizing. Like, while this is a thought, it still has to logistically be planned.
And then today I'm like, so what's up with practice tomorrow? Because I was like, are you going to Alonzo's game? This is before I knew he made it.
Mm-hmm.
No, not that. I said, do you have baseball practice tomorrow? Because that's a whole real thing now too. He's like, no, but I got football practice. Sir. And he was like, but the coaches said to meet at the field house. So my assumption would be if they telling y'all to meet at the field house and it's only 3 of y'all, then they are taking y'all somewhere to practice.
There.
I could be wrong.
Where's the activity bus for these 3? Because
Y'all can all get in one of them coaches' pickup trucks and go over.
He's able.
He is, and he will. Are you? Did you say that for Coach Abel? Was that a play on words? Okay. Girl, because I watched that Clark Sisters documentary on Tubi today. I'm all in my gospel feelings. But yes, that was my chaos with my oldest child.
Okay, 2 questions. When will the All-Star game happen? And when will we get baseball invites?
To the game?
Calendar.
I don't know. Girl, I don't even think they have a schedule yet.
You don't just say I don't like that response.
They do have a fundraiser if you get them random text messages from This Is Dalen.
I got it last night.
Okay.
He said, you know, I'm a context person. So he just texts me like, what's your email? And I was like, for why? And then one word, fundraiser. Okay.
Dalen, you ain't gonna get no more. But I was actually proud of him because I thought about last year how we were sitting around and we was in a call center calling everybody in the family trying to make sure he met his goal. And I was like, I think he's starting out early this year and he's texting people.
And the schedule is up. So, I was like, why does it say 2026? Because it's already December, Celeste. Okay, it's up.
Okay, so we'll wait on those invites for the All-Star game and baseball. Okay, and can you change it when the location changes?
You talking about for
we had a little episode last year.
Yeah.
And I almost. That's why I'm looking like a little Red Riding Hood today, because I'm Flo in town. But I'm Flo almost got you together that one time. Jesus.
I was like, where are you going? Anyway, yes, I will.
I got you. So I got you, Lee.
I was already there and I was struggling. Mariah was like, are you really going? Because you look like crap. And then I was like, no, I want to support. I don't ever go to his baseball games. And
see, you got that auntie guilt that we talked about.
It's real.
Episode 1. Go back and check that out, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all talking about me, I'm the only one with auntie guilt. No, y'all got it too.
It's real. Yeah, I was near death experience and I was trying to make it to a baseball game. And I was at the wrong location, unbeknownst to a schedule change that was not communicated.
My bad. But the first game is, oh Lord, wait a minute. 24-25, we was 7-20. Oh God.
Anyways.
Girl.
I
Yeah.
know. March 12th is the first game at 5:30.
Oh, yeah, plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Yeah. I got time to get that out. It's a home game too. So
I might be in track season, but we'll see. As you know, life keeps going.
life. Oh
All
yeah.
right. Not to wrap up your conversation, but
Wrap it up.
any other deets or questions for Celeste's weekly recap?
No, we're getting Alonzo ready for his first middle school band concert.
She was like, no, and then keeps talking.
Vanjie.
Okay, auntie.
Nope, that's all. I don't have anything.
No, dude, talk about the concert.
I don't even know what I was talking about.
Alonzo's band concert.
Alonzo's band concert is what? Tuesday. Basketball game Monday. And that's it.
It sure is. Fly in that black, yes.
Find it, boy. What's up?
Why do you have on a Fern Creek football shirt?
Because
I thought they said the Chiefs. I was like, excuse me.
That is a clean shirt. So if your brother ain't got no clothes to wear to school tomorrow.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Being concert this week. So is he missing any? No, it's Tuesday. They don't have a game Tuesday. Okay. He would. Will he miss basketball practice?
We don't practice.
That is true, but that's a whole nother episode. So we'll transition to Tanisha and her banquet experience for the Breckenridge kids, as I like to call
Please on something today.
Don't be saying that on these internets. I am fully vibrant from my 4-hour Sunday nap. Yes, Lord.
So Heights Point Lobos banquet was Wednesday night. We got there early because after last year I was not trying to be standing. But I think the weather contributed to the attendance because it snowed. So there weren't terribly too many people there. So we got there, waited outside for a little bit. They opened up the doors. We walk in, got a table in the middle. Food was smelling right. We see people. Trading sees all his teammates and players for some teams. They walking in like, "What's up, Trey?" They dapping it up, giving handshakes. So I was like, "Oh, this little boy's grown up." And then his we'll call him his day one. Michael came in and sat at the table with us and was just freely talking and chilling and wrapping it up. And I was like, "Oh, they've missed each other, even though they on FaceTime every single day. It feels like." And so we had Ruthie and Matthew attended, so it was good to have some family there. Kesslin was tearing up her chicken. That's probably the picture I should have really put up of her eating that chicken. So we get there. I think they let everybody eat first. Coach Marcus did a good just announcement at the beginning, covering everybody's season, where everybody was. And one fact that I love that he pointed out with the Pee Wee team was that they, people have been talking, saying y'all didn't have no real competition. Y'all wasn't really, playing nobody. And he was like, our team was just highly talented. Like, it wasn't like we was just going in there running through people. We was like, we have an unmatched skill set, pretty much.
They have for years, not to cut you off, but do they play anybody different?
It was a new Greater Louisville, so it was a whole new division. Some of the teams followed. There were a few new teams in there. But people's always talking about the Lobos. They can't keep their name, can't keep Lobos out their mouth.
Really?
And so the banquet went good. They did these cute little coins for the players who didn't win the championships. So it was something different because last year Trayton got a ring. This year he got a coin and it's got his name and his number on it. And it was really, really cute. So it was kind of hard because you know how us Lobos parents is. They was up trying to call the names, but everybody was like talking. So it was hard to hear. I don't think that Mike was that good either. So it was like they were just kind of, going through the cheerleaders. I could hear Miranda say Kesslin, and she got her trophy. She was super excited. I had some good food. We had some chicken, some macaroni and cheese, green beans, dinner rolls, and a salad. And so it was kind of conflicting because the U of L basketball game was on at the same time. So William and a couple other the dads that was U of L fans, they was like on their phones ready for the game. And then Coach Marcus was like, okay, y'all, we got to go because we got a game to watch. So all the dads was like super happy. Because first William was thinking, he was like, well, we can just leave after they call the Mighty Mites. I said, but we have a cheerleader. And he was like, oh, that's right. He was like, but didn't they do them first last year? I said, yeah. So they did. Funny enough, guess which team went first?
Pee-wees.
Oh.
The juniors?
The juniors went first, and William was like,
Mm-mm.
Then they did the cheerleaders, and they did the juniors, and then they did the Mighty Mites. And then Michael was so excited to go up there. He was like, I know what we got to do next year to go first. He was like, don't win the championship. He's like, I'm trying to get up there and go. I was like, little boy, you did not just say that.
Not Michael Ely.
Yes, Michael. He was cracking me up. So yeah, it was good. Kessel was turning up the chicken. I think I already said that. And then it was quick. It was legit, like probably an hour and a half. And it didn't take that long because not a lot of players were there. And I'm just blaming it on the weather, but it was good for everybody to be back in the same circle, catching up with the coaches, families. Like we need to link up. So that was it was a really good banquet. Oh, and we won the raffle. I cannot forget this part. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah on my soul. Because they do a raffle with the tickets and they call out the numbers and you get, it's either free or 50% off for next year's fees. So of course we stayed and we sitting there and they called out 50 billion numbers. Half the people done left. It was funny because one group went up and it was the wrong number. Coach Mark was like, it's the wrong number. It's such and such. This ain't that. So then they had to call again and they called the ticket number, one of the ticket numbers that I had, and I took it up for the trading. So we got free, covered in the fees next year. Praise the Lord. So he was returning anyways, but now he's returning for free. Can I get an
amen?
Amen. Yes, choir. Yes, choir. Okay.
Amen.
I love it. And that's really good for a banquet of that size and how many people and kids are involved to only be that long. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it was good.
And y'all food was good. I am jealous because ours.
Yeah, because
we're not even gonna talk about it.
We had some middle of the mall Chinese food, which don't get me wrong, it was good. It wasn't as good as middle of the mall Chinese food.
Oh my God.
We used up all the yum yum sauce, so I had
kids used up all the yum yum sauce.
And you know, so many kids had 2 and 3 and 4 bowls.
Yup. And it was one bottle of yum yum sauce for like 150 people. Like, what are we doing? Y'all was not prepared. But anywho, I'm glad you enjoyed your banquet experience.
And you won. You know how many years I was trying to win that free registration?
Yeah.
Girl, I was like, we ain't gonna win. And then last number, I was like, here's right, go take it up there. And it was funny because Coach Marcus didn't even look at the ticket. He just went ahead and handed it to him. I was like, that shows you got trust.
It's rigged. Rigged, I tell you.
Oh. Not bad.
But yeah, it was good. And kudos to the Lobos organization.
Kudos to the Lobos. Because after Alonzo started playing, and then Lee was like, girl, we got to buy helmets, we got to buy pants. I was like, I have never wouldn't even know what to do if I had to. So even though you do have to pay a registration fee, it's still worth what you pay.
Yeah, because I know some of the parents was like complaining, well, I gotta pay this, but they don't get the name on the jersey and they ain't getting to keep them. You want to know what them prices is looking like if they keep it?
And guess what? You pay double that in high school and they don't get to keep the jersey either.
Speaking of that, Tanisha, if y'all want a set of shoulder pads,
look, send it this way.
Yes, I have a set of shoulder pads. He probably should be right at the same size now. They might be a little big, but they just sitting up there. If I didn't already give them to you in that bag of stuff, I'll have to look.
No, there were no shoulder pads. There was a T-shirt with padding on it.
No, there were not shoulder pads.
Look, I would have known, girl.
Right, she would have known, girl.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, we ain't have to pay fees. Maybe he's gonna be out there in that drip next year. It ain't gonna be dripping.
Man.
Drippy drip.
Right. Oh, because there will be no football in my house.
As of right now, there's not.
As of right
Turn that light off in there.
Speaking of
So
that,
I'll be on the sidelines. Hey.
I read a post and it was about some people, I don't know if it was parents, but just don't understand that transition to middle school to high school because you out there playing with big YNs like that one back there.
He's not a YN. He's a young gentleman. He's gonna start wearing quarter zips. But that you're underage, so can you put some clothes on the internet?
And you said, but like, yeah, like somebody Darian size having to face somebody Dalen size during that transition and just the fear of it all.
It's like when Darian was, when I asked him would he play in high school, and he's like, no, it's gonna be people running to me this Dalen and Riley size. Can you imagine Dalen and Riley running at me full speed? Heck no. I was like,
Exactly.
you're gonna get bigger. Not overnight, but and Burton boys, they
Am I a Burton boy?
You are, but you wasn't the Burton boy I was talking about.
So yeah, that part.
Oh no,
That baby got his mama's genetics, so we gonna see when this thick face hits. It wasn't until college, so
you talking about Darian?
yes.
Tell him to hit the gym.
And he got that booty though.
Pause, bro. He's a minor.
All right, Tanisha, was there anything
Until
else
A.
in your weekly recap that you would like to share?
Yes. So,
Okay.
we continued the next night, me and Sister Desiree.
Yes.
We went to the U of L and South Carolina Gamecocks women's game. We've been trying to get to one for years, and this one was just, it was it. I was like, yeah, this was supposed to be the first one we went to. So despite getting there late on my behalf, because my child care, I was running behind. And so we was ended up going to ride together. I guess that could have been the chaos in my week. We ended up not riding together, and she met me down there, and we both got down there around the same time. So we got there we got there midway through the first quarter, but by the time we got to our seats, it was the second quarter, and we was like, dang, that was a quick first quarter. So I try not to carry that energy and frustration into the game because this was like an epic moment. This was like a historical moment. So girl, we sit down, got to our seats, and it was funny because we didn't realize it, but we was in between a group of friends. So it was like two seats open, and it was these older ladies, but they were comical because we was cracking jokes, and then they laughed at our jokes. We was laughing at their jokes. I was like, oh, we the crew that's cutting up. So there was one lady on this side, they was trying to talk, and she's like, who's in your group? Da, 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 da. And she was like, here, just give her my phone. And so they was reading the text message. She's like, well, I don't want to have to holler over y'all. And we was like, no, you good. I was like, I actually want to know who Brad is. Who's Brad? So we was cutting up back and forth, cheering with them. And these women, I was like, this is about to be us at the basketball game. Like, give us 30 more years, and we're going to be like them. Basketball game.
30, that's a long time. Hell,
I felt old saying 20, so Jesus. But yeah, so it was a good game. It was like back and forth. Louisville came out, was just showing out left and right. South Carolina mainly always had the lead, but then it got like really close, and Louisville had an attempt to shoot a three. She shot at miss, but this girl had pretty much been on, I ain't gonna say on fire, but she was hitting the majority of her baskets. So she broke down right there on the court, and I was like, oh. I was like, it's okay, keep going. And her friends, because they probably are friends, her teammates surrounded her as she was bent over, and I was like, oh my God. And so it was funny because during the game too, me and Desiree was watching Coach Stanley. Look, I always say her name wrong. Coach Staley.
I was like, Staley.
We was watching Coach Staley, and we was like, where's she at? What's she doing? She on the court? And so it was funny because you could tell after this one play that she was heated because she called the guard over, and she was like, and then she called a timeout. And I was like, ooh, woo. Because it was like something that, of course, happened that shouldn't have happened. But anyways, when Sister Girl missed that 3, I was like, ooh. So then after the game, everybody's leaving, talking about how good of a game it was, how it was worth it. We noticed that they gave autographs, and I'm not even a Bell fan personally, but it was a good game. So I was like, go ahead, girl, get your autographs. So we ended up making our way around, getting autographs from each table. And then this one lady was like, y'all waiting on Dawn? I'm trying to see Dawn too. And then, because at first I was like, I'm ready to go. But then when she said that, I was like, no, we gonna wait. And so we was in the section behind the goal, and they was like, Raven just peeped her head out because it's a guard on South Carolina's team named Raven. And so I looked and I was like, oh, there she is. And I was like, okay, maybe we are on the right side. Maybe Dawn is gonna come out on this side. So then we was waiting, talking to people, making new friends, being silly. And then all of a sudden I look and there she is. And it's Coach Dawn Staley, and she's on the opposite side. So we had to scurry over because they wouldn't let you go out on the court. So she comes out, and of course she goes to the South Carolina fans. She's talking to all of them, taking pictures, giving people hugs. People's going down on the court. And then the AKAs were there. So she took a picture with the AKAs. And then the police officer came over. He was like, she said, if y'all got a book, she'll sign it. And they was like, book? What we gonna bring a book for? And I was like, the book that she wrote. Like, y'all ain't no real fans if y'all don't know she ain't got a book out. Like,
oh my God.
And so Desiree kept on saying the book, her book. And then the lady was like, look, I got this book right here, and it says the Gamecocks on it. You can sign this. So then everybody's like, I got a feeling, y'all. She's still gonna come over here. She gonna come over here. I got a feeling. So after she wrapped up on the other side, she was walking to go back through the tunnel, and everybody's like, Dawn. And so she was like, just turn y'all's cameras around. I got y'all. So I turned my camera around in the background of our picture, like, yes. And so it was good. And she was really chill. She was engaging with the fans out there, dancing, being silly. So she's really she's very humble and respectful, because she didn't have to do that. Especially she didn't have to come over to the Louisville side, but she engaged. And so just shows her character. But yeah, that was my Thursday.
Yeah, that was a good time. The Louisville game, you got to see Coach. And I know she was looking at your camera, right? That's why I told Mario. I said, no, she's literally looking at you.
She looked dead at the camera.
Yeah, because I was recording videos and taking pictures, and Celeste, you might have said, he was like, she's getting tired. I think she thought she was taking a picture. You can tell she's getting tired.
She's like, how long am I gonna have to hold my head? Yes.
So yeah, it was a good experience.
That's historical. I mean, since I'm older than y'all, I remember watching her play in college, not coach, when she was on the court. Like, she played before Diana Taurasi, but Diana Taurasi used to be one of my favorite college basketball players.
Yeah, it's just her legacy and the things that she's paved for women now in WNBA, in college basketball, and the opportunity she's giving. Yeah, because I was more so WNBA, when she had the bangs that
asymmetrical.
Yes, but yeah, and it's just crazy because it was it caused me to look back, who will be these people for our kids, and will Kesslin be that player on one of those teams? So yeah, it was a great full circle.
They did play on the Olympic team together. I had to Google it. They played on Team USA. What? Okay, maybe I was wrong, because Diana Taurasi is in this picture with Lisa Leslie and Dawn.
It could have been her rookie year.
And Cheryl Swoops. For some reason, I thought she was a whole lot younger than them. But anyway, she's still my dog.
But sometimes college athletes play
in
the Olympics. Because that's, all of them. That's how Anthony Davis was with all them people. He was with LeBron and everybody.
Lord, Diana Taurasi. What year was this? I know it's going to make me feel old if I look at it. Jesus.
Was that the end of your weekly recap?
Oh, she was coaching. She was Never mind. I'm getting sidetracked.
And then Saturday night, last night, my mother-in-law had the kids Saturday into Sunday. So William had a gig in Lexington. So I was like, oh, now that the kids are going to be gone, we can take the car and I can come down with you. So he ended up getting off work a little bit later than he was expecting. So we drove, got down to Lexington about 8 o'clock. And it was like, I can't even tell you what part of Lexington it was in because I'm not familiar with that place. But the bar was really nice. It had a good smell, good order, good decorations. People
talk about the smell of a bar. Sorry.
Right. We on the way down, we listened to some of the music, and he was playing songs. He was like, "We playing this tonight," and I was like, "Oh, for real?" Because they was like sampling different songs, but they do impeccable like transitions to their music, and then they transition from they transition from like a sample into one of their songs, but then even the transitions they do from their just originals, I'd be like, oh, that's how they did that, or that's where they was going. So it's always fun and entertaining to go out and see him in his face, in his passion, because they had a sound check. They went up and did a sound check. It was real quick. After the sound check, we were sitting there and they all came over to where I was sitting and we was talking. And then the other band comes up and they was like, hey, I'm such and such from one of the bands that's playing tonight. They was like, if that was just y'all sound check, I can't wait to see the full show. So then a drummer, probably about Alonzo's height, comes up to William and he's like, so I'm the drummer from one of the other bands. And literally he told me, oh, if that was just a sound check, I hate it for you tonight. And I was like, how you gonna get your own drummer?
That's crazy.
And so, they was all humble. We appreciate it. Thank you. Can't wait to hear you all. And And they was like, y'all are just great. So then they was the first band to go up. And literally after the show, I felt like this one dude, Jesus, he kept on blocking my view because I was trying to record. And he was like this far from the stage. I'm like, you just want to be up there with them at this point. So he was up there and everybody was like bopping. Everybody's mouth was dropping. They was turning around like, and I was like, this is crazy. So
I want to go now. Shoot. When's this next skit?
It might be New Year's Eve, or I don't know. I had to find out. And so it was just good because everybody was coming up to them, giving them their props. You could see the awe on everybody's faces. And then there was a band there from Bowling Green. I think it's Marmalade. And so William was teasing me. He's like, you proud of your hometown? What you think about your hometown? Right? But the chick could sing. She could really sing. And you had a couple other good artists up there. But I was like, they still don't really match what they are, but it's good. It's good. And so everybody was giving them their kudos, like, bro, like you on them drums, oh my God, like y'all are just amazing. Y'all are just amazing. And then I got some inside action. God, I went outside with them. And since I came outside, Casey was like, so when we played this and did this, did we do that too long? And he was like, I'm just looking for an outside opinion. And I'm thinking, you are asking the wrong person. And I was like, I think it sounds good to me.
Oh my God.
But when we were sitting outside, they were talking and literally like, it was like a recap of their show. Like, could we have done this better? Could we have done that better? Like, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. I see y'all, March crew.
When will they rehearse? I'm gonna get Darian to stop in. That's a stream.
They usually do something on Mondays, but I will let you know because I've sat through a rehearsal before and the kids have been too. So,
okay.
But I'd really rather him watch that specific band. But William was talking about setting up getting a new drum set and putting the old drum set in the office and him giving lessons down there. So, but yeah, so I got video for him too.
Wait, I got a question for it. Can I?
I was just gonna say Marmalade does have a page, and I can tell you right now they ain't got nothing on chasing them.
Okay, no judgment. Hilarious. We're gonna look him up.
Yeah, they even shared it on their page. But it says Casey Powell live at Al's Bar.
Yeah.
Marmalade and Charlie Young.
Yeah, that band did not play.
Oh, okay.
But I learned so much, y'all. I'm telling y'all. It was something about like a drum situation, and we use the people's drums from Bowling Green because that's what they do. Like they'll just have one set, so you ain't gotta waste too much time in between.
Right.
So the local group went last, but they didn't have a drum set. It was in the shop. But the BG people was trying to dip. I know Bowling Green, Lexington, that late at night. That's a drive. So they ended up not playing because of that.
Apparently, they play up here live because they played at Melwood on November 21st.
Okay.
Well, William, when they go to Bowling Green, that's who they play with.
That's what's up. So, in correlation, I asked Darian the other day, I was like, if you could switch lives with somebody in our family, who would it be? And he said, William. He said, William, because he gets to drum all the time. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I was like, you know, he got a wife, a kid, job.
It really ain't all the time. Hear him tell it.
Well, most of the time. But yeah.
Yeah, probably because it's like the set shows, and he was up there getting it at church too. I was like, oh, he was at Al's last night. Now you praising for the Lord, percussion for the Lord.
Amen.
But yeah, it's just always funny.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to check out one of William's show. That could be another sister outing.
Okay, I take it back. Marmalade. I found the video. They all right.
Did you hear the chick singing?
No, this video. The chick's not in it. It looks like they playing on the lake, and they just out there grooving.
Yeah, homeboy on the
keyboard that keeps flapping his. Was he flapping his knees? Oh, you said they didn't play.
No, they did play. I think he's a music professor at Western. I was ear hustling.
His legs look like some chicken wings. He keeps bringing his kneecaps together.
Wait. You said something and I forgot what I was going to say.
But yeah, that concludes my.
I'm under the wrong Facebook page. Jesus help me.
On to my weekly recap. Where did I didn't write it down. We had another week of conflict of band and basketball. So Darian is in jazz band, and jazz band is on Thursdays, which typically does not conflict with basketball. There was a schedule adjustment, and they decided to have impromptu practice on Thursday, and he was given an ultimatum yet again. I feel like this is the third time of having to choose between basketball and band. So it was just like, ask your band teacher what you should do. And she was like, oh no, this is our last rehearsal before the concert. You going to rehearsal. So again, and I had already sent a message to the coach. And then the response was, well, anything that's worth a grade is excused. Okay. We all need to get on the same page because it's not the energy that I've been getting. And knowing that the season that they've having, like the energy that my child is putting in, yes, shows up on the court. But the mental load of like caring is not there. He gonna play his game. But the actual desire and love of being there has shifted. But anyway, and he made me proud. He had a game that got blew out, but it was a close game at halftime. But he got in foul trouble and he fouled out. And I was proud because I didn't tell him he can't take him home with him. And he fouled out.
I was like, Mario gonna be mad at you.
He was. telling him that you can't come on with you. See what he did? He fell out in the third quarter.
Hey, you can't let them out, and you get blowed out anyway.
At that point, what you got to lose?
That's what I
Nothing.
said. That's what I said. But it was a good foul because he got, well, not that way, but they was guarding each other. He was guarding their best player, and he got him in foul trouble. From a coaching standpoint, that moment was not taken advantage of. Their best player is on the bench. Why not? Why we should be running all over these people? But Darian got their best player in foul trouble, and he had 4 fouls. So I was like, no, that was a good play. Thank you, son. You got him a charge. That was a smart play. And then I was cheering. It was one against everybody because I was the only, besides, homeboy, he was there. That drama, that's what it was. I did not tell y'all that. I was texting y'all that, but
Yeah.
oh, girl, I gotta demonstrate with objects. So it's the bench. Oh, here they are on the bench. He's sitting right here, and the other dude is like right here. So dude stands up and is like talking over him, like, you gotta show up and play. If they're gonna show up and do, but he's not looking at him. He's yelling out at the court. But then they going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm up here. Up here.
Demonstration. I cannot.
And I was like, it's never that serious. But they did that. It was like a good 5 minutes. Like, it's a whole timeout. We didn't switch quarters. Why y'all still talking to each other? And then some other fans was like, oh, you need support. The dude with the locks, Celeste. And then, what you call it? Dick.
Yeah.
It was like, you need some help. So then here they come. And they said, wait.
Oh.
They said what?
They said with him.
To support him. But yeah, it was real intense for a good 5 minutes. And they was yelling back and forth. And then I was yelling stuff and I was just cheering over people. I'm not gonna lie. I was being a little aggressive with my cheering. Because I don't even remember.
I gotta look at my text messages and see.
Oh yeah. I don't remember. But people just I don't care the score. I'm not gonna be out cheered. Let's get there all the way right.
Come and get these claps. Come and get these
claps. Get these claps. And then also as Sleepy, he got into the game. And he hit a 3.
Not Sleepy. Oh my God, and I missed it. Not Sleepy.
Oh my God. He got into the game and shot a 3 and hit it. I was like, it's just so points. Oh. So last, oh my God. And then he went down the court and was like, I was like, oh, you better play some defense. Girl, he pulled his, how do you pull your shorts up real high? He was so ashy. That boy's eyes was white.
Oh my God. Girl, he was in the moment.
I was hyping everybody up. I was hyping all the bench players up. I was like, you gotta play you some defense. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. And then he got scored on. And then Kaden got in the game too. And I was like, you better get you some points, Kaden. All of everybody's fighting because we was losing by 30. Come on.
Yeah, you late.
Wait, Kaden, the short one with the straight hair. That's my boy.
Sleepy hit a 32.
I've heard.
Oh wow. See, you just got to cheer for everybody's kids.
Yeah, it was beautiful. But I was proud my son fouled out and he got their other player in foul trouble. But that was a rough game. Because it was, now listen to this transition.
I love it.
16-16 it happened. The final score 60-30 something. Because all of your star players was in foul trouble. Dwayne was in foul trouble. Braylon was in foul trouble. Tall Kaden was in foul trouble. And they was just jacking up threes. The little boy, oh my God. He was just throwing up shots. I don't like to say people's names, but y'all know who I'm talking about. The little breakfast one. Don't say his name, but yes, him. He was just Why did he hit him though?
So that's gonna make him think he can continue to do that.
Right.
He did it, and then he came out the game one time. But then when he hit, I was like, "Are you serious? He really just hit that?" Anywho, but that was my weekly recap. Oh, and I went bowling last night with my friend group, so that was fun. Different going with people who don't bowl, so I had to
Because I was going to say, would you bowl?
Right.
enjoy the experience. It was trash. I think that first game, it was trash. Let's just say that because I was enjoying the experience. Because when people go out of order or not there for their turn, and I bowl for somebody and I bowled them a strike, and then they ended up winning, and I came in last. I felt some type of way, but I enjoyed the experience, so it was a good time. But yeah, first time I got an 81. Oh, we didn't even finish the second game. It was like, oh, time's up, time to go. And I was like, oh. It's about the experience. Remember, I'm a competitive bowler, so I had to release that. And it was about the experience. So we stopped bowling the sixth frame, and I think I had 62. Yeah, good game. I started with a spare, and then second frame was a strike. But, it was a good time. And went to church today. Was a good sermon. He preached that thing, honey. Yes. Oh, I wish I had my notes. I might have. It was one line in here that I want to share. Hold on. Let me pull up my notes. What did he say today? God will not heal you from what you pretend not to have. I said, ooh. Yes. I was talking about grief and stress and all using spiritual language to manipulate our trauma. It was too blessed to be stressed. You actually really stressed. Put it in God's hands. You probably need to go to therapy too and take your medicine. So it was a good.
See, I said that so well. The comment.
Find your words. But it was good. It was a really good time.
Yes. I went in there and I felt like it was, yes, it spoke to me.
Yeah, it was good.
Relates to the whole thing. God is my doctor. That's what it was. That's what I was looking for.
There it is. But yeah, it was really good. Did I do anything else? So
I think that's everything. Oh my God.
Oh, we played Uno this week. We played Uno Wednesday. We used to do game nights, but it was fun. Unplugging and having a family night. So that was my week.
Sounds like we were all in our motherly bag this week, per usual.
Yep. Are we ready to unpack our chaotic mom moments of the week?
I think I already did. Mine was the all-star one, so I might have slid that in there already because I felt that was pretty chaotic.
Okay. So we know when practice is. Do we know when the game is?
No.
Okay, so we're still a little bit unorganized, but that's not out of your control.
And the football banquet is the 16th.
Oh God, there's still one left. Jeez.
Yes. I think it's the 16th, and they only take Cash App, and y'all know the feds took my Cash App. So,
Jesus, do you need to send?
well, Dalen still got his Cash App, which I'm upset about.
Oh.
I think we could just pay at the door. I don't know, but yes, the varsity football banquet is the 16th.
Ain't the prices going up at the door?
Yeah, I think it's a $5 difference, but whatever.
I ain't never been to one of them banquets.
I would flatten it out a little bit if you want the cookie bigger. The varsity banquets, to me, they're nice.
Okay.
And the little girl, well, not little girl, because she's an adult now.
Yeah.
I think she was on the yearbook staff last year, and she made that video. Oh, y'all wasn't there. I'm talking to y'all like y'all was there. Y'all wasn't there. Anyway, and it was like B-roll footage from all the games. And when they started playing that at the banquet last year, I almost started crying. So I don't know how I'm going to hold up this year.
I know. That's all. Record everything because.
Is there a limit on seats, or can everybody go?
Girl, they said only 2 people can come.
Oh.
And that includes kids. So we're going to make you choose.
Okay, never mind. I can't come.
Who you really want to be. But yeah, but I think I know why they did that, because I mean it's a certain group of little brothers.
Oh, them breakless.
We are very good kids.
No, you're not.
Isaiah.
Yeah, don't call no names.
And
But just like at the football game, they don't be watching. And I think last year at the banquet, they was in this little room off of the room we were in. But like it was a full court. It was because I was probably playing football. But I guarantee it was a full court basketball game that happened, and you just hear everything in between the pauses.
didn't know we were that loud.
Y'all were super loud. But yeah, we'll see. I think I'll take a few pictures and just, some of these seniors are just gonna be a real tearjerker.
Well, we can't wait for that recap. Next week's episode. Wait, yeah. No. That's in a few weeks. Look, I got excited. Tanisha, what was your chaotic moment?
Are you sleepy?
Right.
No. I don't know. I think I just had the time crunch between for Thursday for the basketball game, the time crunch between picking the kids up from school because they get out late. And then that was the same night they had that impromptu practice. So I was waiting for Celeste to get home. And then I meant to get gas and then forgot to get gas because I was worried about everything else. So then we had to stop and get gas before going over to Celeste's, but she called and she wasn't even home yet anyways. And then I left my phone at home when I still had some time to make it. So I had to turn around and go back home and get my phone and then drive to Celeste with the kids. Then the plan was initially 2 to drive to pick her up, but she called and I was like, I got childcare. I got to drop the kids off. And so I was like, you can just meet me down there. Huh?
What did you have to drop to?
I just drove to Celeste's, and then the plan was for us me and Desiree to ride together. But then when she called, I was like, if you just want to meet me down there. So she met me down there and we got down there around the same time. But it was just that frustration of being late and running behind and the chaos.
I lied. The basketball banquet is this Friday. I mean, football banquet.
Oh, shucks. I don't even childcare this Friday. Well, no, he'll be right.
Well, from 6:30 to 8:30, we're gonna be at the banquet. If players are free and may bring up to 2 guests, no more than 2, as space is limited. And yes, children do count as a guest.
That's rude.
Look, no, because I be reading some admission stuff, and I was like, is that including kids or is that not including kids? So yeah, clarify it all.
I'm glad they clarified. Okay, well, that was chaotic. I'm glad you had a good time, and it was worth the chaos to see Coach. So my chaotic moment has to do with a teenager and texting and English language. So Darian was given the ultimatum. So he told him to ask his band instructor, and I was like, let us know immediately when your instructor tells you what to do. So he did, and he used I'm just going to read the text message to you all to see if you can understand what he was trying to say. Okay. No punctuation is in this text message. It did start with a capital letter. It says, this bully said no to go to basketball practice.
Miss Pulley said no, not to go. Miss Pulley said not to go to basketball practice.
Oh, it's not. I see. I remixed it. And I said, and I did a typo myself in the response. I said, reading 101. What? Miss Pulley said no? Go to basketball practice? Is that correct? Mario, Ice Cube meme from Friday.
Right, because if you know Miss Pulley is not doing that. We got a concert.
Yeah, he was probably sneak texting.
He was, no, even better. Voice to text. So how come Siri don't know what you said?
Because Siri is dumb.
Because I was like, why did it come out like that? He was like, I was doing a voice to text, I was trying to do it fast, and I was in the band room, it was loud, blah, blah, blah.
So you're trying to use voice to text in the band room?
So there's that part. So I'm like, I don't know. My overthinking brain, I don't know what time to get you. Am I getting you at 5 or 5:30? Because I don't know if you're going to band or basketball. Did Miss Please say, are you going to basketball practice? I don't know. It doesn't clearly state what you're supposed to be doing.
This is the day I walked and I called him.
So yes, Miss Pulley, the full translation, now that you have had some context to us, that makes sense. Miss Pulley said not to go to basketball. If I should have just asked you.
I got that YN lingo down.
Because I was like, oh, maybe he was trying to say Miss Pulley said no to going to basketball. But that one T, if it just would have said not. I was trying to add a period. And Mario's like, no, even if you put a period in there, it still don't make sense.
Miss Pulley said not to go. Girls like Jeopardy. Give me YN for 400, Alex.
So that was my chaotic moment of the week, trying to figure out where he was going and what the excuse my language. What this
Is that the day you called me? But no, was it?
No, we did talk because yes, I sat in the parking lot and see you maybe.
That one time you called me and you was like, how come when you come and get my son, he's out here and he is ready? But when I go to get him, I cannot. I was like, because he knows I will leave him.
And maybe because I'd be taking my time to get down there, but because you be down there like 30, 45 minutes early.
Mm-hmm. I'll be taking meetings in the cars, responding to each.
Oh yeah, I did a whole meeting workshop in my car before, and they were like, "Are you really in your car?" I was like, "Yeah, girl, this is just the background seat. I need to roll down my windows before I suffocate because it's hot. Because I couldn't have my air on because you could hear the wind blowing." And they was like, "Oh my God, you sound so professional. I would have never known you were in my car." I was like, I know.
Amen.
Yeah. So,
woo,
that was my cake moment.
Mm-mm-mm.
And I know this episode gonna be longer than 10 minutes, but I wasn't even paying attention. We said 30, right?
Yeah.
What was the closest out?
You can, Little Red Riding Hood.
Hey. All right, so this week we had chaos, we had trips to banquets, we had all-star invitations, we had coming off the bench and battling, and we had battle of the after-school events. But we continue to triumph through from the sidelines. And stay tuned. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Sisters on the Sideline.